Hey, this is from LickNRiff.com. In this video you're going to learn 8 Spanish and flamenco guitar tricks that every guitar player should know and learn and just have in their arsenal. Now, you're probably noticing that I'm holding an acoustic guitar, not a classical guitar, and that's because these tricks can apply to any kind of guitar. Acoustic guitars, classical guitars, electric guitars, even bass guitars, believe it or not. Because these tricks are mainly strums. It's special strums, special ways to pick and strum the guitar strings. And the first trick is probably the coolest of them all. I don't save the best for last. I begin with the best. Because this is the coolest picking pattern ever. It's called Triplet Pattern, Triplet Picking. You just pick triplets. Notice the triplets? It's not, it's, okay? And separately it sounds like this. Okay? It's taka-taka-taka-taka-taka-taka-tam and not ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-tam. And how do we achieve that? We pick twice when we strum downwards. And how do we do that? First, we strum with our fingers, and then we strum with the thumb. Fingers, then thumb. All in the same motion. Okay? Fingers and thumb. And then the rest is easy, you just pick upwards with the thumb. Okay, so fingers, thumb, thumb. Okay? And then you just practice until it's fluent and you can just throw your hand around, and that's the secret. You don't try too hard. Just throw your hand around. Just keep the wrist moving and flowing instead of just setting it like this and strumming like this from the elbow. You need to pick from the wrist. Okay? Just practice this and it's really fun. You can just use it once in a song and it just takes it to a whole other level. Okay, or you can just spice your picking with it. Okay, doesn't matter where you put it, sounds awesome. Okay, the second trick is the open fan trick. It's like this. And the motion is this. You just make a fist and open, fan out the fingers, like this. First finger first, and just have the others follow. Okay? Like this. The next one, the third trick, is the reverse fan. It goes like this. This one is a little harder to achieve. You just rake the strings and you need to raise your elbow to get your hand like this. You need this angle to the strings. And then you just open your hand as far as you can. This is as far as I can. And just rake the strings from top to bottom. And just as you progress up the strings, the other fingers join up and it sounds harp-ish. You can do it without the elbow or with the elbow. Okay, whichever works for you. So the next one, the fourth picking pattern, is what I like to call the ring finger sweep. It sounds like this. And what's going on here? I pick the bass notes with the thumb. Let's say we're in B minor, so the bass notes are these. Okay? And then I pick third string, second string, and the first string I just pick with my third finger and with the ring finger, and I sweep it back up the guitar. Okay, so you can also play it within a picking pattern. Okay? Now, the next one is a fingerstyle. It's not only in Spanish guitar, it's also found in classical music as well. It's tremolo picking. You just pick one note with your thumb, and then you pick a different string twice using two different fingers. Say like, let's go with a simple C chord. Now you pick strings 5, 4, and 3 with your thumb. Okay? And you pick the first string with both the first and second fingers. So it sounds like this. Okay, so let's add a high G to the C. Okay, and you can hear the potential. Okay, you can really work magic with this picking pattern. Now, here's a picking pattern that I didn't think about teaching in this lesson, but it's just another tremolo picking that I like to pick, which is just adding the thumb to the first string picking. Meaning that if I pick C, then I pick the thumb on the bass, then first finger, second finger, thumb, first finger, second finger, bass. And then it sounds like this. No, this bass is way too far. This tremolo seems to work best for me between two strings. Okay, but with a little practice you can do. Okay, see, it's not. Once you got the basic technique down, you just have to sit down and practice with a metronome, and everything will be dandy. Now the next one, the fifth one was tremolo, and the sixth one was this one. So we'll call it 5A. Now the sixth one is accentuated offbeats. That just means that if you take a generic picking pattern like this one, which isn't Spanish at all, it's just the usual folk rock picking pattern, and accentuate one upward strum, it suddenly turns into a Spanish guitar feel. Just listen. Okay? And you can also use the triplet. Okay? Now, the next one, the 7th trick, is the double thump bass solo trick. It goes like this. Okay, you hammer on a note and then you thump with your bass. And then you thump again and pull off. And this one in particular sounds best on a classical guitar. But it also works on other guitars as well. So the lick I used for demonstration was, okay, and I hammered on out of nowhere here. So because you need a hammer on before the thump to get that Spanish feel. So it's hammer on, thump, thump, pull off, hammer on, thump. Okay? Then again. This one is the main one to get under your fingers. Okay, so the last and final one, the 8th one, actually the 9th one with 6A, which was the second tremolo. The 9th trick is the fingernail slide. This also works best on a classical guitar, but you can also do it on an acoustic and an electric. And actually I don't know about bass because the strings are really, really thick on the bass. You take your fingernails, the thumbnail and your first fingernail, and you clamp them on the first string, and then you can slide it along and just use it as a slide. Now, I've seen a Spanish guitar player do this just for kicks. And what it did was something like that. It was in the middle of a solo. So that's legitimately a trick. A Spanish guitar trick, because I've seen a Spanish guitar player do it. So it's a legitimate trick. I'm sure you can come up with creative ways to use that, like for example, okay, and stuff like that. So there are 3 things you can do right now. This was a long lesson. The first one, of course, is to subscribe to my channel, of course, and keep updated with all the lessons I've got to offer. I upload a new lesson every couple of days or so. So just click subscribe and get updated immediately the moment the lesson is up. And the second thing you can do is, well, these lessons are free and will always be free. So the only thing I ask in return is for you to share them. Please share these lessons and let other people know that these lessons are out there and that LickNRiff.com is out there, available for everybody to learn and get better on guitar and learn new things, and send me requests for lessons they would like me to make and for arrangements they would like to learn and songs they would like to learn. And the third thing, the third and final thing for you to do right now is to go practice this and get it under your fingers and get these tricks into your arsenal and amaze your pals when you play a triplet and a reverse fan and look like crazy. Okay, and I'll stop talking now and go get a drink because I talked way too much in this lesson. And I'll see you next lesson. Thank you very much for watching.